So now I want to talk about time travel and the importance of failing. Photoshop is so powerful, and one reason that I love to work and draw in Photoshop, I used to just love drawing with pen and ink, and I'm almost now converted. I almost spend all my time drawing now in Photoshop. And one of the reasons is because you can travel through time in Photoshop. And that allows you to do so many kinds of experiments and fix things so quickly that you could not do if you were just drawing with standard pen and ink. So let me demonstrate this. So grab your brush tool, okay, and make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 marks. Okay. Now, hotkeys might be different for different people's computers. Apple computers might be different from PCs, and iPads might be different from, and tablets might be different from desktops or laptops, etc. But what I need to do, all I need to do to step back is I hold the control, so I press control on my keyboard, control, that's the CTRL, okay? I press control and I hold that button, and while I'm holding that button, I press Z, okay? And keep holding control while you keep pressing Z. And you'll see that you step backwards in time based on the marks that you have made. And I can now, once everything has sort of been erased, I can now travel back. I can go forward in time. If I just hold control, this time now I press shift and I press Z. Now I'm going forward in time, okay? So what this is called step forward and step back. So Photoshop has the capability to step forward and step back. And whatever your system is, whatever the controls are for your system, you want to learn these right away, because I am always doing this. And for as an example, so imagine we were zoomed in. Imagine we were zoomed in, got the brush tool, got the right layer selected, and oh, that's a pretty big fat pen. Make it smaller, 3 pixels. Imagine, oh my gosh, I'm drawing. Okay, I fixed that. I was zoomed in a little bit too far, 1,000-fold. Okay, so imagine I was doing something like an eye or something. Okay, and imagine I went like this, and then all of a sudden I went whoop, and I made a bad mark. I can just step back instantly, quick, and fix that. Okay, so I am always doing this in Photoshop, stepping forward, stepping back. If I make a quick mistake, 9 times out of 10, I'm not getting the eraser and erasing it. What I'm just doing is I'm making a mark, making an experiment, and if I don't like it, I just instantly Control Z, step back. So you need to get really, really fluent at stepping forward and stepping back, because it's 1,000 times faster than the eraser. You do not want to be making marks and then constantly going to the eraser and erasing the individual marks. You want to get familiar with making marks, stepping forward, or stepping back to get rid of them, okay? Now let's just quick end with this comment about how failing is important for science and in art, okay? In order for us to get good at scientific illustration, we need to be really comfortable with the idea that we're going to fail, and we're going to fail more often than we ever succeed, okay? But stepping forward and stepping back allows us to make marks, okay? And if we determine that's a failure, we just step back in time and we try again. And if we determine that that's a failure, we step back in time and we try again. And we just keep trying, persistently trying again and again and again, stepping forward and stepping back, repeating our protocol until we finally get something that we feel is perfect. That is why, how do I want to say this? Getting comfortable with failing and getting comfortable with the idea that you can always erase any mark that you've ever made and you can always step back in time and redo something, getting comfortable with that idea builds persistence and allows you to train to be a master. So don't ever be satisfied with something that's not perfect. You need to continually step back. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to zoom out. Okay, so don't be afraid to zoom out. And if we decide the whole thing is trash, don't be afraid to just delete the whole layer and start again. Okay, because Photoshop allows you to do things so quickly that you're not really losing any time. You can travel through time with Photoshop.